All right, guys, I am a registered dietitian and I eat frozen pizza every single week. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I have Pizza Sunday every single week and I have no shame in that. So in this video, we're gonna go over all of the common misconceptions about pizza, frozen pizza. Is frozen pizza bad for you? Is it okay to eat pizza while dieting? All of the things talking pizza. If you are new here, I am Colleen, a non-diet intuitive eating registered dietitian, and that is what you are going to find on this channel. So if you are excited about this video, be sure to give this a thumbs up, hit subscribe down there if you want more intuitive eating content, and let's dive in. But first, guys, let me know in the comments what your favorite pizza topping is. Mine's kind of unconventional. It is everything bagel seasoning. You guys, you gotta try it. It is so good on cheese pizza. I do it pretty much every Sunday. As always, guys, this video is for entertainment purposes only. It is not meant to be served as specific medical advice for you or nutrition advice. If you do need information about anything we cover in this video, be sure to reach out to your healthcare provider immediately. Okay, so as we dive in, first of all, why do I eat frozen pizza every single week? Like, that's kind of a random thing. The reason that we do it is about 6 years ago when I moved in with my now husband, then boyfriend, we started this tradition kind of out of necessity because we were living in Detroit, Michigan, and where we were living downtown, there wasn't really many grocery stores. So we had to kind of pack all of our errands into one day and drive about 45 minutes to kind of the nearest, I don't know, like shopping center and do all of our errands. So by the time we would come home, it was like, okay, we need something super fast for dinner. We didn't want to cook. We'd been out all day. We were tired, but also we were broke, you guys. We were just out of college and we needed something that was super affordable. So frozen pizza was what we had started. And to be honest with you, I hated this tradition because 6 years ago is when I had a lot of food rules and I was just working to overcome them and become an intuitive eater. I hated this tradition because frozen pizza gave me anxiety, right? Like a lot of people who are dieting are like, is this healthy? Is it okay to eat? Which we're gonna cover it all in this video. I've been there and now I enjoy it. So the answer to the question of is frozen pizza bad for you is absolutely not. I'm a dietitian, I eat it every week. And to be honest with you guys, now this whole frozen pizza tradition that we have is just out of nostalgia. It's out of just having fun, right? Because I do believe that food serves not just a purpose of giving our body nutrients, but there's foods that also feed our souls more, and our bodies deserve both of them. And for me, frozen pizza is a food that, yes, it gives my body nourishment, but more so it feeds my soul because it has that story tied to it. It makes me remember me and my husband and our journey together. So just remember that, you guys, food serves more than one purpose. It is not just nutrients. There's also foods that feed our souls more, and we need and deserve those foods too. So like I said, frozen pizza is not bad for you. And I know there's diets out there that are like, you can eat pizza on this diet. But when you look at the pizza, it's like not pizza. It's like a piece of low carb bread with some sugar-free sauce on it. Like, that's not the pizza we're thinking of, right? When we think of pizza, again, it's gonna feed our souls, maybe not necessarily be as super nutrient dense, and that's okay because we deserve both of those foods. But that just grinds my gears when people are like, you can eat pizza on this diet, and then you look at it and it's like their $8 pizza that is like teeny tiny and it's like not real pizza, right? That kind of grinds my gears. Not saying there's anything wrong with those if you like those, but what I'm saying is like, let's not put those on the same playing field. Now, one thing that's really important to know is that if you guys follow me, you know I talk about this a lot, that we should not be labeling foods as quote unquote good or bad, because what that actually does is it's going to increase our brain's motivation for that food and increase the reward response. So when we get those foods, we stop eating those, $8 tiny non-pizza pizzas, and we allow ourselves to have regular pizza or the frozen pizza that we're deeming as bad. We're actually setting ourselves up to eat more of it, likely in amounts that don't feel good and kind of in that binge-like, very, very rushed style, because we are literally just because we're deeming it bad, right? That is going to increase the, again, brain's motivation and reward response for that food, causing us to eat it probably in a way that doesn't feel good. So an important thing to do, and this is what I teach in my membership community, the society, is to learn to neutralize foods, right? Like I said, foods are not all going to be equal in terms of nutrition or taste or satisfaction, but they can be morally equal, right? Not as good or bad. That is very, very important to prevent that pull or that feelings of being out of control around certain foods. Also, when you're thinking of food as, is it healthy, is it unhealthy, you can't really put that into a category. Like I said, there's different reasons why we eat food, and you can't say this food is in isolation healthy or unhealthy. It is about our total eating style. Does it make us feel good? Does it fuel our bodies? So you can't really put foods in one category, good, bad, healthy, or unhealthy anyway. It doesn't work like that. When we buy frozen pizzas, we just buy like I said, it stemmed from getting the most affordable kind, and we still kind of do that to this day. Yes, there are some times that there are pizzas that have like cauliflower crust or broccoli crust. Maybe they're a little bit more nutrient dense, or Banza, the pasta brand, actually has really good pizzas. They have a chickpea pizza crust. Those things, which I call implementing gentle nutrition, so you're giving a little bit of boost of protein, a little boost of veggies, those are not necessarily bad, right? I think that what really depends on if you choose those is the why behind your food choice. So again, are you doing it because you are labeling the regular frozen pizza as bad, right? Or are you doing it from a more empowered standpoint where you're like, okay, so I'm gonna pick the Banza pizza because I know that's gonna give my body a little more protein, fiber, that's gonna help keep me full longer, right? Knowing full well that you would be fine eating the other, more traditional frozen pizza. That kind of feeling, that more empowered choice, that gentle nutrition I call it, is called a food preference. Now, if you were to pick the Banza pizza and you were like, I would feel guilty or stressed or anxious if I had the regular, that signals a food rule and I'd recommend you break it. Again, we want to neutralize foods. There are days that we will try those things. I have to say, I have not found a cauliflower pizza crust that I like. I, again, don't think it's bad. They're not regular pizza, right? They're different. I don't think it's bad to experiment with those things and try them out, but I have not found one that I like. So if you have recommendations, please let me know in the comments. Tried a broccoli crust, didn't love it. I feel like the only healthier, again, food is not healthy or unhealthy, the more nutrient dense pizza that I like is Banza. Totally not sponsored. I just like their pizza, but let me know if you guys have any recommendations in the comments. Now, is it okay to eat pizza every week? Absolutely, I do it, right? So again, some weeks maybe we will implement some gentle nutrition, or maybe we'd cut up some chicken, put it on top to give our body a little protein, serve it with, sometimes we'll do, some veggies on the side. It's totally fine to eat frozen pizza every week. Like I said, guys, it is not about what we eat in a specific meal that makes our bodies and our mind and our souls, to be honest, healthy or unhealthy. It is more of this overall picture. Do you have a relationship with food that fosters a healthy diet that makes you feel good, right? That is the most important thing. So the last question that I get asked a lot is it okay to eat frozen pizza while dieting? So you've heard me talk a lot about frozen pizza is fine to eat, and that people are like, well, I'm dieting, so I can't. Here's the deal, guys. First of all, I do not believe in dieting. I believe in developing a healthy relationship with all foods. I don't necessarily believe in intentional weight loss. I have lots more videos on that. I believe that our bodies, the goal with intuitive eating, which I teach and preach, is to find a style of eating that makes you feel good both mentally and physically, right? It's to find that, I hate this buzzword, but balance that we're all looking for. That is what intuitive eating is. It is not just eating all of the greasy pizza, all of the fried donuts that you see on social media. Like, yes, you can eat those if you want to. That's, again, making sure that we are taking back the power from food and we're allowing ourselves to eat it, but that doesn't mean you always have to, right? So I think that that's a very common misconception with intuitive eating. So I don't agree with dieting and saying I can and cannot have those things. I don't believe in food rules, but if a diet that you're on is telling you to not eat your favorite pizza, frozen pizza, whatever it is, that you can't have it, run. Because remember how I said that our brain's reward and motivation is gonna be increased for the foods that we say we can't have? Yeah, so you're just probably setting yourself up to eat that pizza, especially if it's pizza you like and you want, in a more binge-like style when you come off of the diet. So I always use this analogy. I want you to pretend that you're swimming from one side of a swimming pool to the other side, totally underwater. Air is restricted, right? When you come up, you're gonna take a big inhale of air. The same thing's gonna happen with that pizza. Pizza's restricted. When you come up, I want the pizza, right? So that's essentially what kind of happens. I'm a big visual person. I talk about that a lot with members in the society, but you wanna make sure that you are allowing yourselves to eat all food. So if a diet in general is telling you that you shouldn't eat a food, it's it's probably gonna backfire, you guys. So that's the reason why diets don't work. But if you are trying to develop a healthy style, which is what intuitive eating is, a style of eating that makes you feel good, it is fine to include frozen pizza. It is fine to include your favorite takeout pizza. It is fine to include any pizza, and you should, because again, some foods are gonna give our bodies more nutrients and some are gonna give our souls more nutrients, but we deserve them both. So I hope this video was helpful in telling you that it's okay to have frozen pizza. I am a registered dietitian. I have frozen pizza. It's okay to get your favorite takeout pizza. It does not mean that you're gonna become unhealthy. It does not mean that you are not going to feel good, right? It is about tuning in. Would I feel good if I had frozen pizza every single day? Probably not. One thing people forget is that our brains are a part of our bodies. So when people say, listen to your body with intuitive eating, our brains are part of that. So thinking, it probably wouldn't make me feel super great. So, maybe I will not make it every single day, right? And that's not from a restrictive standpoint, that's from a empowered standpoint. Are you probably gonna want more pizza at the beginning of your intuitive eating journey? Probably, because it was restricted. Remember how we had that inhale? But think about it this way. When you come up for air from underwater, you go back to normal breathing, right? If you allow your body to know that air is available. Same thing with pizza, you guys. So the key is to not be like, oh, I need to eat the pizza and then go back on another diet, because you're just doing that cycle over. We go over this a lot in the society. It is about really a lot showing your body that, hey, pizza's not restricted. You can eat it in a way that feels good. The more that you work on that, the more that everything clicks and you become an intuitive eater, and it is fabulous. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions on this, and please give me those frozen pizza recommendations. Even if it's not for the cauliflower crust, let me know what your favorite ones are. Like I said, I'm a fan of the just super affordable Aldi ones, but I want to hear from you guys. So I hope this video was helpful and just allowing you to take a deep breath and know that you can eat frozen pizza, you can eat all of the pizzas and still be healthy. Okay guys, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, do all of the things. I'm back every Thursday with a new video, so I will see you next week.